All right, you beautiful people. Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of the Hi5 series by the DH podcast. We look a little bit different today. We're trying to upgrade this setup. We're trying to make it more legit. We're trying to make it more professional. We got the ring light. We got the phone holder. We've got everything. The only thing I need help with is this right here. There's no way in hell I'm leaving Leroy Kelly behind. That's just never going to happen. But the glare, not great. Maybe I have to come at it from a different angle. Maybe I got to stand in a different place. I don't know. He's staying, so I got to work and find out this glare really quickly. I don't know what I can do with that. We'll see, though. Actually, give me 1 second. Does that help out my glare? Oh, that's a big part of the glare gone. So if I stand right here, me and my boy Leroy will be okay. All right. Let's start off first things first. The boys have a new friend of the program, Thrive Fantasy. You're damn right we do. Thrive Fantasy is everything that you need for player prop betting. So typically every weekend, and especially during the NBA season on weekdays, I'll sit down, whether it's with Matt or whether it's with a few of the guys that I live around, and we'll talk about, all right, what's the spread? Are we just taking money line? Are we going to be lazy like that? Are we going to take the over? Because we don't really bet unders. It's just something I don't do. And because of that, I've lost quite a bit of money because I don't know how to reconcile, facing an under. Let's see here. Ooh, a little brighter. Okay, there we go. All right. With Thrive Fantasy, you download it, you deposit $20, you get an automatic $20 match. Use the code DHP24, DHP24. Except use the numbers, 24. When you do that, you get an automatic deposit match. So if you deposit 20, you get a $20 match. If you deposit 30, you get a $30 match. If you deposit 40, you get a 40. If you deposit 50, you get a $50 match. So anywhere between 20 and 50, you're getting your money immediately doubled. And then what you could do is you could pick a sport. Oh, you don't like the big four? That's okay. Pick PGA. You can go all the way to cricket. That's how much Thrive Fantasy does. And when you're in there, you pick player props, you add them up, and you rack up points. The more points you get, the more money you get. Simple as that. That's the way it needs to be. All right, that's our kind of our new episode talk. That's number one for you because our new episode did drop yesterday. It's huge. It's a full Super Wildcard Weekend packed episode. You need to check it out. You need to make sure that you're there for it. We did a little bit of college football recap. There's not a ton to do. There's only one game. We've got a full NBA breakdown. You see the Harden trade, everything that unfolds. We thought Kyrie was a part of it at first, then it wasn't. So you even got to see the wheels turning in our brains, and that's what we love. Peek behind the curtain, come check it out. It's exactly the way that it should be. Number two, NFL coaching movements. So Salah moves to New York. That's probably the best move they could have made. They're focusing on defense, where they were some of the people that led in the most points this NFL season. So focusing on their needs. It looks like they're going to be keeping Darnold for now. It looks like they're going to be keeping him for now. We don't know come the draft time because there's so many defensive tackles that are available in the first round that why wouldn't you? We've seen success with it right here in Cleveland to where if you actually, you can build a quarterback up and you can make him better if you're giving him more time in the pocket, if you're giving him some expertise, you're building up the line. There's no reason why that shouldn't happen. Number two, probably the biggest move, Urban Meyer. About a little over 2 years ago, he said, I'm never coming back to coaching. I'm done. Well, we all say shit we don't mean. So that's exactly what he did. He's back. He's with the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's a good chance he will be Trevor Lawrence's head coach next season. Shaq Khan is one of his good friends. They're out of the boat. They're just doing stuff. And he convinced him, hey, Urban, why don't you come back? We miss you in coaching, and you'd be a perfect fit in Jacksonville. The nice weather. And we'll see how this impacts his Fox contract. Obviously he's not going to be nearly as present when you have the NFL and you have college football going on at the same time. But for right now, let's take a look at this season, for example. You've already got college football done. You can bring Urban back and do any preseason for college football, any first couple, Big Ten moves, because that's something that Fox is going to want to have him as often as they can. So I don't know how they're going to work that contract. I don't even know if his contract was done. And if the Jaguars just paid Fox a pile of money and said, buy him out, I don't care. That's something that, wasn't really available to the public. Another move, which we're actually going to move to number 3, Russell Wilson unhappy. He shouldn't be, in theory, but he is. So Russell Wilson is unhappy that Schottenheimer is out as the Seahawks offensive coordinator. Seattle went through a really, really weird transformation this year. Really weird, because they were number 1 in offensive efficiency. And I actually have this written down here because I want to talk about this. That within the first 9 weeks, Russell had thrown 28 touchdown passes. This is the first year that people thought, holy shit, he's actually a huge part of the MVP conversation. He might actually get a vote this time. There wasn't the Patrick crazy year. It wasn't Lamar's crazy year. If we just get another solid, consistent year out of Russell Wilson, he's going to get those votes. So 28 touchdown passes in 9 weeks is far above consistent. It's an incredible clip. They were scoring over 32 points per game. In the last 8 weeks of the season, he had 12. Huge dip. Their offense then went down to scoring to just a little bit over 22 points per game. So the offensive efficiency dropped 10 points on average per game. Now, that was because Seattle went through a transformation. They went back to the Legion of Boom style. Instead of an absolute shootout, beating people with Tyler Lockett, with DK Metcalf, with Russell Wilson using his legs, they decided, hey, we're actually just going to play some defense for once, and we're going to beat the shit out of guys that way. And this is exactly what they did. They continued to win. They won the division. So their methods worked. But clearly something happened in the middle of the season to where Schottenheimer either wasn't getting it done effectively enough to where Seattle felt they needed this massive shift, or I can't even put it into words what else they might have needed. So Russell has become good friends with Schottenheimer. He says he's become good family friends with Schottenheimer, and he's out now. So Wilson does not like that. He's not going anywhere. So let's not start the rumors of Russell Wilson demanding a trade. Russell Wilson's going to go somewhere else. That's not his MO. That's not who he is, and that's not what he's going to be doing. But now he does want control and a massive input. I don't know what percentage control. I don't know if he wants to be the final say or not, but we know for a fact now that he wants a large input on who the next OC is going to be. Why? Well, because your Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning quarterback is going to be working with this guy day in, day out, and will most likely become family friends with him. So you need somebody that Russell can trust. That's a huge, huge fact. Coming into Super Wildcard weekend, we were wondering about what is going to happen with Goff. Why is Wolford in there? Where's Blake Bortles? Well, that's going to lead us to number 3. Well, 3, 4, whatever number we're on right now. Wolford still out. Bad hospital photo or bad ambulance picture. You want to look at bad ambulance. It's him and Tom Segura that have absolutely dominated these past 2 months in ambulance photos. Bad, bad, bad. Neck brace. That's the shit I don't like too about some of the media, is that they want that. Why do you want that? I didn't want to see that picture. Who wanted to see that picture? I don't know. So Goff is in. He will be starting. Now, for the first time, we've heard whispers of the boat. Blake Bortles. He will now be the backup. Last week should have been a huge insult to him. Massive insult. Because if I'm Blake Bortles, why in the hell would I want to be playing third string? Wolford didn't do terribly. He kept them in that game. Clearly, they ended up coming in and winning. But now that you're third string behind Goff with a broken thumb, Wolford who nobody knows, and then you, that's disrespectful. Now he's at least number 2 on the depth chart behind still broken Goff. We don't really know the status of exactly what percentage he's feeling up to par Jared Goff is in regards to his thumb. We will see those soon. It's gonna be interesting. You're coming up against a very, very good Green Bay Packers team on Saturday. They are the first game which sucks a little more for them because that gives him even 24 hours less to continue to work that thumb and get it right. But the fact that Blake Bortles is being slept on is disgusting. The man beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2017. And in fact, by the way, that was the last time that the Steelers ever made any noise in the playoffs. They haven't been successful in the postseason since then. So Blake Bortles beats them, barely loses to the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Should have left them in the whole game, just me. And then what we're seeing now is, for whatever reason, he's just being disrespected. So this is a huge time to where if Jared takes a helmet to this hand, we're going to be seeing Blake, 100%. Because no quarterback, especially with a broken thumb, is going to take that hit and then still be able to come back and throw passes with it. He might be able to finish the drive with handing the ball off, but it's not going to feel good. So they're going to have to start getting some shots into him for pain medications, but Blake's going to be on the field at that point. And he should be. He's got playoff experience, and this is a way to make sure that they can get to the NFC Championship by having two starting caliber quarterbacks on your roster. And you might say, Nick, how is Blake starting? Well, I can think of at least 10 starting quarterbacks that he was better than. I mean, we just want to start off Ryan Finley. We can keep going down the line. Who else was I just thinking? Drew Lock. There are a lot of Drew Lock lovers. Stats and the record do not hold any of that up. I mean, he can't even keep the ball in the air in Denver. That's a problem. All right, number 5 is we've got a lot of storylines today. Especially these are mostly focused in the NBA. Actually, these are all focused in the NBA. So expect Houston to be very, very solid. With the news that dropped on Wednesday, next week we're gonna start to see players get there. They've already been following the COVID-19 protocols, but these are guys that want to be there. You've got John Wall, you've got Boogie Cousins. They're bought in. They literally said in the press conference, they're bought in to what Houston can do for them. And you know what? These guys that are going to be coming in, massive chip on their shoulder, they're going to be buying in too. Houston is going to be rock solid. There's not going to be a team with a superstar, unless you consider John Wall a superstar. I consider him a star, and I consider Boogie a star. No question about it. Superstar, I reserve that for maybe like 5 guys. LeBron, AD, Steph, Durant, quick 4, Giannis, boom. There's my quick 5 superstars. We'll see if Oklahoma City 2.0 up in Brooklyn can actually do anything. I don't know. But it seems that Houston feels very disrespected, as they should. As they should. Watch out for Philly to go on a mini run. Yesterday, they beat the shit out of Miami. They're happy to be together. There were a lot of trade talks when it came to Harden about them. They want to be together. So expect them to now show it that they want to be together. Boom. Games tonight, you got Luka and Kristaps versus Giannis. So Mavericks and the Bucks. It's going to be on ESPN tonight. You've also got, in another ESPN match tonight, you've got Zion and Lonzo versus LeBron. It's always fun. And AD, of course. So keeping in ton of NBA storylines. It's what they're best at. They're best at this league. You know it. It's the petty league. It's the drama league, as you can see. And I'll bet you what, whether it's Philly, whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Boston, Brooklyn now has targets on their back from all these guys that have been consistently, and especially Miami, but I say those other 3 consistently being in the Eastern Conference Finals from 2010 to 2020. So those are teams that we need to watch out for, because can Brooklyn do anything? We don't know. Kyrie's been in and out, been wishy-washy. That's another huge storyline to keep up on, but I'll let you get to your weekend. You deserve it. I hope you have an amazing weekend. We will catch up with you soon, and this has been another episode of the Hi5 series presented by the DH Podcast.